What is up, Los Angeles? Welcome to your Rams LAFB show. I am your host, Ryan Anderson. The Rams did it. They made a move on special teams. We knew it was coming. Sean McVay was adamant. They signed a kicker. Now, many of you were pounding the table that they move on from Chase Blackburn, the special teams coordinator for the team. His job seems to be safe at the moment. Joshua Karty's, on the other hand, is a little bit more up for grabs as they have signed Harrison Mevis. This guy's a big boy. Thicker kicker is what they call him. 5'11", 243 pounds. Just for reference, the linebacker, Omar Spates, is also 243 pounds, but he's 6'1". So this guy brings something a little bit different. Mevis, he comes out of the University of Missouri. He went undrafted. He did brief stints with the Panthers and the Jets before joining the Birmingham Stallions of the UFL. He made 20 of 21 field goals. 5 of them were from at least 50 yards. So what does this mean? It means that there's an open kicking competition in the Rams building. And it's not surprising. Like I said, McVay was very adamant about changing things, fixing this for the team. He says it's been a setback, and that's been disappointing and unfortunate. He says, time's up. We have to fix it now. He says it's got to get better. He's not blaming anyone specifically. Well, we know, their first order of business, right? And he said, this was probably the most interesting one for me. He says, it's going to cost us. It's already cost us. It's momentum killer. Takes the wind out of our sails. It's one thing if you're winning and a guy misses an extra point or a field goal. But it's another when it's a game-winning situation. And it's even furthermore a bigger situation when you get to the playoffs, when games are going to get tighter, when bad weather is going to be a factor. So I think that bringing Mevis in for a kicking competition is something that McVay really believes in. He really believes in competition, pushing his players forward and getting the best out of them. So I think that's probably the biggest thing there. The timing also suggests something interesting. It's right after the deadline. Does this mean they were on the phones trying to trade for a kicker? Now, from the results of it, the Rams weren't terribly aggressive at the trade deadline. Do I think that they were on the phones? Do I think they were calling the Bengals about Cam Taylor-Britt? I personally think that those rumors were true. And I do think that they were probably calling other buildings, checking in on different kickers. But this is the direction that they went with. Other kicking moves happened around the league, but this is where we are set now with Harrison Mevis as a Los Angeles Rams. And, it really got me thinking. It's something that we've touched on several times on the show about Karty himself. I wonder if the Rams actually shot themselves in the foot with Karty, specifically with those knuckleball kicks that were getting a lot of attention early on. Guys were having a hard time fielding them. It was creating good field position. But there has been some talk out there from some experts, some analysts that say maybe that change in the kicking motion and the kicking mechanics is actually partially to blame for Karty's inability to be consistent from the field goal line. So Jordan Rodriguez was recently on an episode of the Athletic Football Show, and she made a really interesting case for this theory. She says, kickers are the most meticulous people on the planet. Kickers have to disrupt their previously known and adhered to routine of swinging their leg the exact same angle, the exact same speed, the exact same height off the ground, and kicking the ball the same way 70 times throughout a week. She finishes that up and she says, but now you're trying to hit like a sidewinder shot to the third punt returner or the third kickoff returner who's angled off to the right side of the field. So all that repetition, all that meticulous preparation seems to, in Jordan's opinion, affect the field goal kicking, specifically for Karty in this instance. So just an interesting idea that probably came from the top. That was a signed off idea. So the Rams may have cost themselves a quality kicker in order to get better kickoffs. So we'll see how this kicking competition goes. We'll see how it all comes out. We'll see if a guy who is 5'11", 243 pounds, might be the biggest kicker in NFL history, can beat Joshua Karty for the starting job for the Los Angeles Rams kicker. Let us know what you guys think of this signing, what you think of Karty. Do you think Chase Blackburn still deserves to be out? Comment below in the comment section for sure, and definitely like and subscribe. Keep us going on this. We appreciate you, Ramley, and until next time, we'll see you soon.
Hey, Ramley, thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching the Rams LAFB show. Quickly before you go, got to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper. It's the #1 sports app right now, and you've got to download it because it's got so many great features that I want to tell you about. Aside from season-long fantasy, which is the best in the business, they've also got live score trackers, in-game updates, plus the live chat where you can actually communicate with other users right on the app. But perhaps the best feature, at least that I like, is the daily fantasy feature or the live pick'em. Just pick 2 to 8 players across any sport, baseball, basketball, hockey, obviously football and our Rams. You're going to choose a player, just choose more or less. Matthew Stafford, more or less passing yards. Kyren Williams, more or less rushing yards, more or less touchdowns. 2 to 8, you can win real money. So when you go to make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code RAMSLAFB, and Sleeper's going to give you a match bonus up to $100. So you deposit $100, they're going to give you $100 free. You're now sitting at $200. You put in $10, they're going to match you $10. You're now sitting at $20. But on top of that, right now, Sleeper is offering all new user signups a $20 free entry, no deposit required. Go sign up. You're automatically invested $20 straight from Sleeper. But you can stack that offer with that match bonus offer to add more money. Just make sure to use that promo code RAMSLAFB. Go check out Sleeper. Download it today. Tell them the guys at the Rams LAFB sent you. And as always, Ramley, thank you so much for making us a part of your day.